weight of 761 pounds, the Ministry.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of IWF in the WARZONE, where tonight the World Heavyweight Champion will compete in tag team action, as well as a #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship in our main event. As our next episode of the WARZONE, we're going to visit the land of the rising sun, and we're going to go big in Japan with 3 huge championship matches. More on that later, as right now we see that Sweetness is in an unenviable position, taking on 3 members of the Devil's Ministry. We thought that Sweetness was going to compete in one-on-one action with Curve, with not only the Devil's Ministry banned from ringside, but also the World Tag Team Champions, Trey Preston and Christian Drake, the partners of Sweetness, also banned from ringside. However, it seems that Preston and Drake are being held backstage, as Sweetness is being forced to take on 3 members of the Devil's Ministry. As now El Rey Diablo, the leader of Los Diablos, the evil Mexican Mafia Syndicate, along with his royal family, El Rey Diablo, is teamed up with his satanic priest, Inferno, and the Calgary Devil, the 6 psychotic Curve. Sweetness, a man that will never back down, firing back on El Rey Diablo on the outside. However, he's caught by Curve inside the ring. Sweetness and Curve could have had an amazing one-on-one contest here tonight. However, it seems that the owner of the IWF, JC Platinum, maintains his old grudge against the Candyman. Sweetness, so long ago he refused to become a member of Platinum Productions. Now Sweetness is still suffering for that choice. Much like the Devil's Ministry looked to punish Sweetness not only for his association with Christian Drake and Trey Preston, but for the fact that these three men, they attempted to murder Preston and Drake by dropping them off in the desert and leaving them for dead. They were quick to point the finger at Sweetness, who was blamed for their actions. That was when Sweetness went out to the desert and saved both Christian Drake and Trey Preston's lives after they survived on their own in the desert. Now Sweetness, a member of the Double Cross Riders alongside the tag team champions, suffering for pointing the finger back at Curve, Inferno, and El Rey Diablo as the men that attempted to murder his partners, his friends. Curve regaining control over GEIN Sweetness. As I said, he will not back down. In spite of insurmountable odds, a lesser man would have run away, but Sweetness fires back, using his weight to his advantage with that big Des press. Now off the ropes, Sweetness taunting, but Inferno is quick to move out of the way. Beautiful power slam executed by the Candyman. Sweetness fighting back for his team, for his friends. If only they were on the outside to make the tag out. Both Drake and Preston are gonna compete later on here tonight as they're set to defend their World Tag Team Championship on our next episode against the HELLSPAWN. Tonight, they'll take on Dream Entire and Porter Coast in individual competition. However, now they're being forced to watch on from the back as all three of the Devil's Ministry do the dirty work on Sweetness. These three men looking to take out Sweetness once and for all, thus providing a clear, unfair fight. The numbers game was gonna catch up to the Double Cross Riders sooner or later. El Rey Diablo with so many bodies at his disposal. Now Curve, the Red Devil, the mastermind behind the plot to take out the Double Cross Riders. Now, Curve was trying to destroy Sweetness with that steel chair, but Sweetness firing back with everything he's got, with all his intestinal fortitude. He nailed the sweet kick. Curve is knocked out cold. Sweetness nearly got the pin. Could you imagine if Sweetness could win this 3-on-1 handicap match? These three devilish superstars look to take out, look to injure, and maim Sweetness here tonight. But Sweetness is turning the tables now, looking to embarrass these men. Curve, clothesline over. Sweetness off the ropes with a dive over the top. And Curve is down on the outside. While fans are erupting in support of the Candyman who busts open Curve. Now dropping a headbutt. Sweetness firing on all cylinders. And the fans erupting in boos at the mere sight of Curve making it back to his feet. Not to mention that huge big boot that knocked Sweetness' head off. As Curve tries to break the hand. Now tossing the lid to that table over on top of Sweetness with disregard. Curve is frustrated. Is there no count out? The referee's not even counting. Curve with a redouble, and Curve is going for the ride, going round and round in the airplane spin. And he's dropped on the steel chair. Now being set up. Sweetness. He's gonna do it. Sweet chin music. Curve is down and out. Inferno and El Rey watching from the corner. El Rey quickly makes the save. Sweetness doing everything he can against 3 opponents. As he goes to work on the limbs of Curve. The Curve out of the way. Sweetness fist meets the canvas. That's got to soften up those punches of the big man. Curve went for a super kick. We got caught with a drop kick. As Sweetness looks to turn his attention to Inferno and El Rey Diablo. Now he's got Inferno over the ropes. Drops him face first. Look at the chop block for his efforts. Curve regains control and gets the tag out to the Devil King, El Rey Diablo. Now with a steel chair, smashing the vertebrae as well as the arm. With the clothesline, Sweetness on the outside now as El Rey Diablo looks to slowly stalk his prey. He's going for the steel steps. El Rey rethinking the steps now. Back on the attack after Sweetness. Backdrop suplex trying to snap the neck of Sweetness on the outside. That thin padding will do Sweetness no favors as he's tossed overhead. The big single leg pickup from El Rey Diablo dominating Sweetness on the outside. Sweetness taking on 3 top contenders all by himself as El Rey Diablo is doing the damage outside the ring. And everyone knows there's no way that Sweetness can keep this up. Eventually the numbers game will catch up as El Rey Diablo just spikes Sweetness on the outside with a brainbuster. El Rey Diablo joining in on this beatdown here tonight in the Warzone. Out of his territory, the owner of Super Lucha Libre must have some backstage pull here with JC Platinum. As now he sets up Sweetness, stalling suplex on the outside. Sweetness suffering at the hands of the Devil King. But now a super kick, nailing El Rey to the back of the head. Sweetness unloading with a series of shots that backs up El Rey Diablo. Out on the heels of Sweetness, El Rey is whipped into the corner now. Sweetness sets his opponent up. What's he going for? El Rey will have none of it, catching him with that back elbow. Setting up Sweetness now. Devil driver. Trying to break the neck of Sweetness once again. El Rey Diablo. Oh, Sweetness somehow kicks out of the Devil driver. After suffering the brain buster outside the ring and the Devil driver. After a series of chair shots and so much more, Sweetness, he's still firing back here. Drop kicking Inferno down. And Inferno is shrugged off. Sweetness whipping him up. Nails another drop kick. Sweetness fighting the match of his life here in the Warzone. In a 3-on-1 assault, Sweetness is manning up like never before. And putting a beat down on all 3 of these devils. Inferno now cutting off the momentum of Sweetness with the tag Diablo, Inferno. What's he doing? He wraps up the legs. Inferno and El Rey. Trying to do more damage to the legs. And now, setting up Sweetness for another. Double driver connects. And the Candyman is knocked out cold. There's El Rey Diablo. Curve and Inferno. Get a victory. I hope they're proud of themselves. Putting a beat down on Sweetness here tonight. 3-on-1. Now getting their revenge for the snitch, as they call him. El Rey Diablo leads his team to a victory. And we thought it was going to be Curve in one-on-one competition against Sweetness. However, now El Rey Diablo has gone well out of his way to do everything in his power to injure Sweetness here tonight. Will Sweetness be able to compete and avenge himself? We'll have to find out. What for El Rey Diablo and his forces. As up next, of course now, the ban from ringside has been lifted. Christian Drake of the Double Cross Riders will have to compete in one-on-one competition up next. Perhaps he'll look to take his frustrations out on young Porticos, two-time tag team champion, one half of the HELLSPAWN, along with his partner, Draven Dyer. The HELLSPAWN have qualified for a shot at the World Tag Team Championship, now held by Drake and his partner Trey Preston. They'll square off on our next episode when we go big in Japan. Tonight, Porticos and Christian Drake will go one-on-one. How will the beatdown of Sweetness, the friend of Drake, affect Drake's performance? We'll find out up next. Here in the Warzone, DrHooksMalone, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Up next here on the Warzone as one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Cowboy, Christian Drake, takes on one half of the HELLSPAWN, former two-time Tag Team Champion, Porticos, the Human Torture Machine. Will he have what it takes to put away the Cowboy here tonight? That's Christian Drake, the veteran, is clearly incensed after the beatdown of one of his best friends, Sweetness, in our opening match when he and Trey Preston were barred from ringside. Clearly being held in the back as now Porticos recovers from the beating. Perhaps he can capitalize. Porticos stomps on Christian Drake in the corner now. Suicide dive misses. Porticos goes face first into the thin mats on the outside as Christian Drake continues his attack. And the Cowboy is angry, taking his frustrations out on one half of the #1 contenders. Will the Double Cross Riders be able to defend their Tag Team Championship against the HELLSPAWN when we go big in Japan? Or will Porticos and Trey McIntyre be able to capitalize on this huge opportunity? Porticos and Christian Drake fighting on the outside, seemingly with disregard for the count. Porticos press slamming Drake, then drops into the headbutt at the count of 8. Both men look to re-enter the ring. Clothesline from Elcox. Christian Drake on the attack. Porticos looks to mount a comeback once again now. Goes for the headbutt, but Drake was too quick. Porticos just unloading. Throwing Drake across the ring with ease now. Fisherman suplex. Christian Drake regains the advantage on the outside. He lured Porticos right into his trap. The veteran instincts of the Cowboy taking over. Porticos doesn't look too happy about it. Sit out, two-handed choke slam. Rocking the Cowboy. That's how Christian Drake looks to escape the fury of an angered Porticos. And now, maybe Drake and Porticos are on the same level. As Porticos looks pissed off. Sit out choke slam. The Cowboy is down. No, Christian Drake able to kick out on that occasion. Porticos with the backbreaker. Beginning his torturous offense. Will look to force the Cowboy to submit to his Porticos' submission hold. Drake with the bulldog. Porticos able to kick out once again. And the Cowboy now frustrated with one half of the HELLSPAWN. Porticos, a tough opponent indeed, bringing the fight to the former IWF World Champion Christian Drake. Locked up in the Porticosis, but he escapes. Drake, now with a spine buster. Smashing the vertebrae of Porticos into the mats. Christian Drake looks to apply the Texas Cloverleaf. Christian Drake with the signature submission hold. The callback to the double cross ranch. Wrenching back. Porticos being bent in half. Porticos a master of torture in his own right, survives the submission hold. Now tossing the cowboy about. Nails him with a big boot. Porticos may have knocked the cowboy out cold. He's got him. No. Christian Drake out at 2 once again. What a match here in the war zone. A highly incensed Christian Drake being put to the test by Porticos. He just nailed the elevator. Drake still kicks out. Porticos. He nailed his coup de grace. The elevator connected. He just ducked a clothesline. Drake missed it. Porticos scooping up the cowboy into the Porticosis once again, yanking at the pectoral muscles. Porticos in firm control, but no. The cowboy escapes. Christian Drake connects with the clothesline into another bulldog. The cowboy still alive in the match. Able to dodge the attack of Porticos. Christian Drake, World Tag Team Champion. Staying alive in this contest against a monstrous competitor that has brought his A-game with him here tonight. One would think that Porticos would go to all the trouble that he does to page himself up if he didn't expect to win. Porticos now with Drake up on the shoulder, just powerbombing the hell out of the cowboy on the outside. Both of these men in danger of being counted out. Porticos tosses the cowboy in. This one may be academic. That's a powerbomb on the outside. Porticos goes to the spine. And now a kick into the lower back. Continues to soften up the cowboy. Porticos calls for more. Clothesline in the corner to the cowboy. He's incensed, reinvigorated. Nails the ripcord lariat. Christian Drake back up on his feet now. Porticos whipped into the corner. Can Drake do it here now? Irish whipped on. Porticos slides her out. Nails the running lariat. The cowboy just got Porticos with everything he's got. And that's it. The cowboy picks up the win. As one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Christian Drake gets an all-important singles victory here tonight over Porticos. As on our next episode, the HELLSPAWN will face the Double Cross Riders with the World Tag Team titles on the line. Tonight, the champion Christian Drake asserts his dominance. Will his partner, Trey Preston, have the same luck in spite of the fact that they're bred sweetness and to suffer the beating of a lifetime in our opening contest? Now Christian Drake is your winner. Christian Drake with a huge victory over Porticos ahead of their tag team contest. Up next, we're going to see another singles match as Jean Corsair, the Montreal Machine, is going to go one-on-one with Devin Gabriel of the Bruiser McGinnis Fight Dungeon. Gabriel and TS Cobra have been at war most recently with Corsair and Xavier at the behest of one Sumo Joe, the true rival of McGinnis and his pupils. Tonight, Sumo Joe leads his partner and friend, the Montreal Machine, Jean Corsair, into battle with hopes of taking out Devin Gabriel ahead of our trip to Japan, where Joe will go one-on-one with Devin Gabriel. Tonight, Jean Corsair looks to do the damage ahead of our trip to the land of the rising sun. One-on-one competition up next here in the Warzone with DrHooksMalone. One-on-one competition here. Ahead of the showdown between Sumo Joe and his rival, Devin Gabriel tonight. The Montreal Machine, Jean Corsair, gets his opportunity to prove himself against Devin Gabriel as he brings down this young man quickly with a crippler crossface. Jean Corsair and Devin Gabriel, both highly experienced competitors with multiple championships under their belt. Jean Corsair, a former United States champion, former tag team champion, much like Devin Gabriel, former tag team champion. As now he escapes a suplex attempt. Devin Gabriel and Jean Corsair are as different as they are alike. Both of these men are consummate professionals, highly skilled technicians. However, Gabriel trained under a completely different style. Jean Corsair punished in the brutal Japanese dojos alongside Sumo Joe. They know each other well. Corsair with a shot to the chest, German suplex, rocking the spine and the brains of Devin Gabriel as he escapes the hold. You see how Gabriel's rocked already. Corsair nails another, punishing the neck and the skull. Jean Corsair quickly down for the pin. Devin Gabriel will fight back with every last breath. fires back with that low drop kick. Sumo Joe on the outside attempting to coach Corsair to a victory along with Max Xavier. Devin Gabriel firing back out with knockdowns into a tilt-a-whirl slam. Jean Corsair backed up against the ropes and tosses Gabriel to the outside. Gabriel fell right into the trap of the veteran. Now brings him down with another crippling crossface. Gabriel's foot on the rope, able to escape the deadly submission move as Corsair nails up Fisherman Buster. Gabriel being set up now. Power bomb at the hands of the Montreal Machine, living up to his namesake. Chopping down Gabriel. Corsair heads up top. Diving headbutt misses. Gabriel out of the way. Jean Corsair attempting to cut off Gabriel's momentum. But Devin Gabriel firing back with knees into the midsection. Max Xavier up on the apron. Gabriel being distracted as Corsair nails a bulldog from behind. Back to the crippling crossface. Devin Gabriel may be left with no choice. But Jean Corsair was unable to hold Gabriel down. Tilt-a-whirl slam from Gabriel. Jean Corsair on the defensive now. Devin Gabriel with a huge roundhouse. Well, Corsair fires back with a kick of his own. Cutting off all of Gabriel's momentum. Now he's going to go for it again. Oh, setting him up for a fisherman. Northern Light suplex from Gabriel. With a gut wrench. Sit out power bomb to Corsair. He's got to escape the ring. But no, Corsair sneaking up with another German suplex bridge. 2 count only. Gabriel able to escape. Suicide dive. Gabriel dropped on the outside. Corsair using all of his weight, driving the head right into Gabriel. Tossed back into the ring as the Montreal Machine encircles his prey. Gabriel with a springboard. Now that back kick. Corsair down on the mat. Kicking out at 1. Devin Gabriel with a quick recovery and a beautiful springboard attack. Now bringing down Corsair on the mat. Using the arm to plant him face down and then going to the leg. Devin Gabriel picking apart Jean Corsair piece by piece, giving him a taste of his own medicine. But Corsair kicking Gabriel off. And once again, the crippler crossface is applied. Devin Gabriel is forced to submit here tonight. Jean Corsair with a huge victory. Devin Gabriel of the McGinnis Fight Dungeon defeated here tonight by the Montreal Machine.
Here is your winner, the Machine.
Jean Corsair being led by his friends, I suppose, Sumo Joe and Max Xavier, aligning themselves. Next week, Sumo Joe will have the opportunity to go one-on-one against Devin Gabriel. Can Devin rebound and defeat Sumo Joe in his home country? We'll find out on the next episode when we go big in Japan. As for now, Jean Corsair is your winner. What a great one-on-one contest. As up next, the action continues. Trey Preston, one half of the World Tag Team Champions alongside Christian Drake. We already saw Drake defeat Porticos earlier tonight. Can Preston do the same to Draven Dyer up next in one-on-one competition here on the Warzone, when one half of the HELLSPAWN faces one half of the Double Cross Riders? After the beatdown of Sweetness earlier on, Preston is going to have to keep his head together against Draven Dyer here in the Warzone. Draven Dyer of the HELLSPAWN going one-on-one with the other half of the World Tag Team Champions. As we saw Christian Drake victorious earlier on over Porticos. Now Trey Preston looks to have the same success against another highly technical high flyer in the case of Draven Dyer. Trey Preston, the gunslinger, so quick on the draw with the float over rolling neck breaker, bringing the fight to young Draven Dyer on the outside. Trey Preston clearly frustrated already after the beatdown of his friend Sweetness in our opening contest. Now Preston taking his frustrations out on one half of the HELLSPAWN. Big right hand, dropping Draven Dyer. 2 count only. Draven Dyer. He's gonna have to get his head together. I'm out of comeback here. Lest he be put away quickly by the gunslinger. Scooped up now. Gunslinger slam from Preston. Discus lariat flattens Drake McIntyre as Preston continues his assault. Nailing a DDT, Drake McIntyre. Escaping the ring wisely, but Preston just dove face first on the thin mats. Huge mistake on the part of the Gunslinger. Now Drake McIntyre, he must capitalize. Trying to put the beat down on Preston, but he fires back with a shot to the midsection. And now an uppercut to the back of the skull. Preston re-entering the ring as Drake McIntyre and one half of the Double Cross Riders lock up here tonight in the Warzone, looking to build momentum ahead of their tag team championship contest in Japan. Drake McIntyre fired up now. Gets whipped into the corner by Preston. Scoop slam. And now the Gunslinger setting up. Is he gonna do it? The Gunslinger kick connects. Preston may have this one wrapped up. No. Drake McIntyre able to kick out. Well, resilience on the part of Tyre. However, now he's busted open with that fist drop. Trey Preston may have easy work cut out for him here tonight. No. Drake McIntyre flanks back. Goes to the spine and now applies the Draven Sleeper. Locking up the full body scissors. But Preston escapes with a shot to the back of the head. Drake McIntyre on the run once again. And Preston is calling for an attack here. Dive to the outside, tornado DDT. What action here in the Warzone. Drake McIntyre down on the outside now. But he fires back with a huge psycho knee. And now another knee into the spine. Preston and Drake McIntyre so evenly matched. Flying forearm flattens Tyre on the outside. Preston with a hammerlock reverse DDT. Now punishing the young man out on the mat. Get it back in the ring. Preston on the chase now. The young challenger getting back to his feet. Ducks a Gunslinger kick and nails a super kick. Drake McIntyre on top now. Another flying attack. Doesn't quite hit all of it. Preston Sterling on the mat, but fires back. Tyre whipped into the buckle now. Preston with another scoop slam. What does Preston have in mind here? High-flying crossbody, Drake McIntyre in trouble. No, Drake McIntyre still able to survive the flying crossbody. Ducking another Gunslinger. Drake McIntyre with a huge opportunity. What a match here in the Warzone. Tyre smashing Preston's head into the mat. Near fall. Trying to maintain the momentum. Drake McIntyre applies the Draven Sleeper. Looking to choke out Trey Preston. Can the challenger do it? Preston able to reverse out of the submission hold. And now's a super kick to the back of the head. Dyer escapes the elbow drop. But Preston able to block the attack. He's quite proud of himself. Preston went for another suicide dive, but Drew McIntyre was just out of reach. Now Preston, Jason confused. Drew McIntyre with the slingshot to the outside, takes down the gunslinger. Stomping the guts in of one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Preston in huge trouble on the outside. Can Drew McIntyre do what his partner Border Coast could not and get a victory over one of the champions? Trey Preston now tosses Drew McIntyre back in the ring and meets him on the outside with that flying forearm. Drew McIntyre would regret joining Preston on the outside as he's tossed back into the ring. Preston got caught off guard. Drew McIntyre fires back with everything he's got. The knee connects with the skull of Trey Preston. Can Drew McIntyre pull off an upset here and defeat one half of the champions? Flying knee drops Preston. As Dyer continues his assault, Trey Preston now fakes out Drew McIntyre, connects with a DDT. The champion knows he's in trouble. Escaping to the outside, but no. Preston got caught with a knee to the back. Still surviving the attack of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and Trey Preston testing each other, taking it to the limit here tonight. Preston nails another big right hand. Drew McIntyre gets faked out once again, now set up on the top rope. Pop-up super kick on the top rope. McIntyre crumbles. Preston gets kicked off. Drew McIntyre of the HELLSPAWN proving his mettle here tonight against the Texas Gunslinger as Trey Preston is clearly on the defensive. Shot to the gut from Drew McIntyre. Spine buster connects. Drew McIntyre ready for Preston in the corner. Nails the running drop kick. And now, Drew McIntyre, he may have done it. He just wrapped up the Draven Sleeper, but Preston, he knew the effects of that submission hold. He quickly escaped, but suffers a headbutt. Drew McIntyre to the top rope. Preston is down. Flying elbow drop connects. Drew McIntyre has this one wrapped up. Yes, Drew McIntyre gets the victory over Trey Preston here tonight. And what a victory it is. The HELLSPAWN able to get one up on the Double Cross Riders. One must feel for the team of the Double Cross Riders after Sweetness was brutally assaulted in our opening match. However, you gotta admire the HELLSPAWN, the #1 contenders. They'll face the World Tag Team Champions when we open in Japan. As for now, Drew McIntyre is victorious over Preston. What a one-on-one contest is up next. It's going to be one of our feature bouts as the World Heavyweight Champion the unholy THAYNOS competes in tag team competition alongside his #1 contender after defeating JC Platinum and his forces. Ace Gold has been named the #1 contender by the championship committee. He'll face the unholy THAYNOS when we go big in Japan. One-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship. But tonight, they'll be forced to team up in an effort to take on the reunited grapplers at the hands of JC Platinum, the very man that Ace Gold, that is, defeated in order to qualify for the championship contest. Up next, Ace Gold, the #1 contender, teams with the World Heavyweight Champion, the unholy THAYNOS, against Hammer and Steel of the Grapplers with JC Platinum. Can they get the win here in the War Zone? Or will Hammer and Steel pull off the upset of a lifetime? We'll find out up next. number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Ace Gold, teams up with the champion himself, the unholy Thanos. Has been on the winning streak of a lifetime, holding the IWF World Heavyweight Championship for what seems like the entire year. The unholy Thanos will face one of his biggest challenges. The Ace of Spades, the Golden Icon himself, on an unstoppable winning streak taking on every member of Platinum Productions on his way to defeating JC Platinum. Now Ace Gold with the opportunity of a lifetime when we go big in Japan on our road to Winter Slam. The unholy Thanos just put it all on the line. And he crashed and burned on the outside. Jackhammer and Mike Steele seem to take great effect here thus far. This World Heavyweight Champion is backed up. Big Ham now being tossed into the buckle by the champion, regaining control with that European uppercut. The grapplers haven't teamed up in some time, as tonight Jackhammer and Mike Steele look to pull off a huge upset. However, they are far more skilled and experienced as a tag team. Of course, in the number one contender, Ace Gold, and the unholy Thanos. You guys can't stand each other. Mike Steele locked up in the figure four leg lock as the unholy Thanos look to assist Ace Gold. Steele with a fireman carry to Ace Gold. Drop rope first on the top rope. Of course, the winner of the Deadly Game Tournament, J Money Jamal Jones, the man that defeated the massive sumo superstar, the man Mountain Yoshihana. J Money will face whomever the World Heavyweight Champion is at the Winter Slam. That is our next episode of the Warzone. Ace Gold gets his opportunity. Ace Gold and Jamal Jones were World Tag Team Champions not even a month ago. Hammer showing off his skills here as Platinum cheers on his proteges, hoping that Hammer and Steel can overcome the champion and his rival Ace Gold. Could you imagine if Big Ham and Mike Steele were to get a victory? The unholy Thanos with the impaler to Mike Steele. As Jackhammer is quick to make the save for his partner, the unholy Thanos with a bit of grappling of his own, locking on the DCR, the Deathlock to hold into a face lock. Can he force Steele to submit? Ace Gold knocked Hammer off the apron. Ace Gold and the unholy Thanos with no tag team experience seem to be doing quite well here tonight against the grapplers. Steele takes out the legs of the massive Leviathan. The unholy Thanos has been unstoppable in his reign. Mike Steele escapes from behind with a reverse DDT on the monstrous World Heavyweight Champion as Jackhammer gets the tag in. Drops Big Ham with a shoulder block. Steele quickly in to make the save for his partner. Ace Gold. Now stalking his rivals, JC Platinum and Mike Steele. But Jackhammer has taken advantage of the opportunity and applied a Kimura. Yet only Thanos escapes a Kimura. Can you imagine the power that it would take to escape a Kimura lock applied by Jackhammer? As Ace Gold gets a huge snap suplex, regaining the advantage over Big Ham. And the Ace of Spades, the veteran, drags young Jackhammer back, setting him up. Hammer fired back with the unholy Thanos. Answered from the apron as Ace Gold takes out the legs of Jackhammer. Tag out to the World Heavyweight Champion, the unholy Thanos, scooping up Jackhammer. But Hammer. Hammer escaping the clutches of the unholy Thanos. Looking to apply another impaler. As Mike Steele gets the tag in. Great teamwork on the part of the grapplers. Picture perfect dropkick. Flattens the champion. As Mike Steele looks to time his offense now. Attacking the champion on the outside. Right in front of Ace Gold. Mike Steele gets a swinging neck breaker. On the Goliath, the Leviathan. The champion being manhandled by Mike Steele now. Ace Gold inserting himself into the fight, but Mike Steele will not be denied. Shot to the gut of the unholy Thanos. Mike Steele just dropped the champion. Now from the corner, Mike Steele setting up for the Steel City Superman punch. All the way from Pittsburgh. The right hand connects. But Ace Gold quickly saves the unholy Thanos. We'll never know if Mike Steele would have been able to defeat the champion right there. It's Zaguri from the unholy Thanos, who gets the tag out. Ace Gold now in there with Mike Steele, but Steele with a double arm overhead throw. With grappling expertise, Mike Steele and Jackhammer apply their skills once again. Tag team specialists will take advantage of the opportunity and hope to get a victory in what would certainly qualify them for a shot at the World Tag Team Championship. Ace Gold nails a DDT on Jackhammer. Mike Steele quick to save his partner, the unholy Thanos. Stalking Steele, but it'll do him no good. Ace Gold with a chop, Jackhammer escaping the ring once again. Ace Gold up top, what's he doing? Missile drop kick to the outside, Jackhammer. Only down temporarily. Jackhammer seemed to be reinvigorated by that missile drop kick. Now delivering the hammer-like elbows over and over again. Ace Gold is clearly rocked. Jackhammer, certainly a force to be reckoned with. On the outside, the unholy Thanos gets thrown. Jackhammer asserting his power. But Ace Gold catching them. Off the ropes with an overhead belly to belly. Ace Gold, the #1 contender, showing why he is that. Look, it's clothesline down by Jackhammer. Ace Gold was clearly going to set up for the Ace of Spades, and Jackhammer saw it coming. Big Ham Tossing Ace Gold shoulder first into the post. Then smashing him spine first into the mat. Jackhammer on the attack and jump for the pin. Near fall Jackhammer. Must continue his assault. The unholy Thanos frustrated. But Jackhammer just threw him in the ring like a rag dog. The monstrous champion is dazed. Jackhammer gets caught. Overhead T-bone suplex. Ace Gold regains control for his team. Mike Skill taking off the apron. That's now Ace Gold looks to continue his attack. Jackhammer dazed on the outside. And Ace Gold takes the opportunity to attempt to embarrass Big Ham. Ace Gold, the #1 contender. Temporarily in control over Jackhammer. Just got smashed in the face, perhaps knocked out cold. Ace Gold clearly knocked out. Regaining consciousness at the count of 7. The unholy Thanos dazed as Ace Gold meets that Superman punch. Mike Steele and Jackhammer in control, but no Ace Gold. Northern Light suplex. Bridging back up into a fisherman driver. What a maneuver from Ace Gold. Out grappling the grappler. Jackhammer knocked off the apron for his efforts. As Steele is dazed on the outside. Ace Gold gets another Northern Lights. Ace Gold punishing Steele and Hammer for their association with his greatest rival, JC Platinum, the man that stole his wife away from him in order to form the Platinum Eye Rollers. Mike Steele now with a suplex to Gold on the outside. At the count of 6, Ace Gold has to regain himself. Gold back in the ring at the count of 7 once again. Mike Steele gets caught with a right hand, fires back, and clotheslines Gold outside once again. Gold and Thanos down on those thin mats on the outside. The grapplers asserting themselves here. The World Heavyweight Champion and the #1 contender on the defensive, and now Ace Gold with the sneak attack on Mike Steele. Steele firing back, but Ace Gold now gets caught. Big bell clap. German suplex. Ace Gold suffering on the mat. Mike Steele makes the tag out to Jackhammer. Knocks Ace Gold out of the ring. And the unholy Thanos off the apron once again. Seems to be a clear strategy on the part of the grapplers. Steele tag back in as Ace Gold re-enters the ring. Ace Gold frustrated now, sets up for the Ace of Spades. Steele gets smashed into the mat with the sit-out power bomb, but Jackhammer breaks it up. Steele suffering at the whip of Ace Gold. Gonna hit 2 in a row. Ace of Spades. Mike Steele out cold, but Jackhammer saves his partner again.
1, 2,
You have to scoop Mike Steele up off the mat with a spatula. Ace Gold audaciously on the attack, but Steele out of instinct. What training on the part of Mike Steele. Just fired back out of nowhere with that Gobi-eye takedown. Sweet neck breaker on Ace Gold. Mike Steele regains control. Steele down for the pin. The number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Ace Gold, nearly put away there at the hands of Mike Steele, the grapplers. JC Platinum has his men fired up here tonight as Ace Gold and the unholy THAYNOS attempt to hold it together as a tag team against two tag team specialists. Jackhammer with the tag in now as Steele escapes. But Gold to the knee of Big Ham. Jackhammer is rocked out. Ace Gold with the opportunity. Can he capitalize? Ace Gold does not capitalize. Gets whipped into the corner by Jackhammer. And now Big Ham with his opportunity. Setting Ace Gold up on the top rope. Gonna go for the biggest burning hammer of his career. But Ace Gold fights out of it. Ace Gold escaping the torture rat clutch. Hammer and Gold going tit for tat. Gold gets the back elbow. Down for the pin. Nearly gets the win over the grapplers. Ace Gold, the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, set to face off against the champion, the unholy THAYNOS, the man that he teamed up with tonight, taking on the consummate tag team of Jackhammer and Mike Steele. Having such problems, but now the champion goes for the submission hold and forces Jackhammer to tap out here tonight. The World Heavyweight Champion quickly asserting himself with that DCR and picks up another victory. The unholy THAYNOS quickly forcing Jackhammer to submit. Didn't want to waste any more time here tonight. As his wife Victoria Love grab cheering him up from the outside. The unholy THAYNOS, the World Heavyweight Champion, teaming up with the number one contender Ace Gold. They will square off when we go big in Japan. However, they are victorious as a team here tonight. Your winners, Ace Gold and the unholy THAYNOS. Victory for the world champion and the number one contender after taking quite a beating. The grapplers brought everything they had in that tag team contest. However, the champion and the number one contender came out on top. Who will walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship when we go big in Japan? Who will face Jamal Jones, the winner of the Deadly Game at the Winter Slam? We'll find out on the next episode. Up next, we're going to see the continuing feud of Candy Casey Douglas and the Platinum High Rollers. JC Platinum invited the partner of Candy Casey Douglas, Bad Betty Love, to join Platinum Productions months ago, that is. However, it took Betty Love some time to betray her best friend and partner in Sour Punch after she was defeated at the hands of Queen Crystal and Jada Clubber Lane. Betty Love seemingly had her hand forced and joined up with JC Platinum. She was then defeated at the hands of her former best friend Candy Casey on her first mission of Seek and Destroy. That Betty Love was sent Disappointed, excuse me. Now Queen Crystal looks to pick up the slack of her teammate and put a beating on Candy Casey Douglas up next. Here in one-on-one competition in the war zone. Can Queen Crystal take out Candy Casey Douglas? We'll find out. One-on-one competition as Candy Casey Douglas attempts to get another victory over her rivals in the Platinum High Rollers after defeating her former partner in Sour Punch, Bad Betty Love. The woman standing on the outside alongside the Chicago prize fighter Jada Clubber-Ling, as well as the owner of the IWF, of course, JC Platinum. Once again, watching on as one of his proteges, Queen Crystal, still looking to impress JC Platinum. A member of the Platinum High Rollers, of course, Queen Crystal was the prize coup when JC Platinum signed the contract to obtain the services of all the High Rollers except for Ace Gold. That was, of course, before JC Platinum perhaps got his just desserts at the hands of an Ace of Spades from the Golden Icon, Ace Gold. Also victorious here tonight alongside the World Heavyweight Champion. Can he walk away with the title? We go big in Japan, we'll find out. Much to the chagrin, of course, of his wife, Queen Crystal. would certainly regret betraying her husband Ace Gold if he walked away with that precious gold when we go big in Japan. Now Queen Crystal having her troubles with Candy Casey Douglas. But drops her with a running European uppercut. The Queen, a highly experienced second-generation grappler in her own right, the heir to the throne, for being the daughter of the great King Arthur Hawk, the founder of the IWF. Queen Crystal carries quite the legacy into battle with her. As now Candy Casey Douglas, the spoiled brat from the Outback, if you will, the young Australian MMA specialist, sister of one half of the good girl, Spunky Douglas. Candy Casey Douglas has been almost like the evil half of the family for so long. Candy Casey has betrayed everyone. She has no friends. No one standing in her corner now that Bad Betty Love has abandoned the team of Sour Punch. Queen Crystal now looking at insult to injury, perhaps break the leg of Candy Casey Douglas as she applies the sleeper drop. The Queen down for the pin. But the referee catches Crystal attempting to put her feet on the ropes. Candy Casey Douglas whipping Queen Crystal into the corner. Can she mount a comeback here in the war zone and get a victory over Queen Crystal? Upsetting not only Crystal, but of course JC Platinum, Jada Clubber Lane, Bad Betty Love, and the entirety of Platinum Productions. Pile driver to the Queen. Candy Casey Douglas on the attack. Sunset flip, locking up Queen Crystal in the Candy Crush. Trying to force the Queen to submit. Queen with knees to the skull. Jada Clubber Lane on the distraction. Then provided Queen Crystal with the opportunity to apply the sleeper hold. Now Candy Casey. She saw the attempt at subterfuge and fired back. Now with a drop to hold. Walking over the back of the Queen. Candy Casey Douglas. Looking to fight back against the power as it were. Candy Casey Douglas showing a newfound rebellious streak we've never seen in her before. Casey was once the lackey of Queen Crystal. Now Casey, she went for that spinning kick. Queen Crystal got out of the way. Casey with a kangaroo stomp on the outside. With shades of her sister, Spunky Douglas. Now Queen Crystal fires back. Returning to her attack on the leg. A focused attack. A highly malicious attack. Trying to snap the leg of Candy Casey. Now Queen Crystal setting her up. Casey just nailed that ruby slipper into the face. Candy Casey is going to try to capitalize. Queen Crystal still kicks out. Casey with two in a row. Now Queen Crystal down. 2 count only. Casey Douglas just hit Queen Crystal with everything she had twice in a row. She'll continue her insulting attack, but the Queen just knocked the legs out from under the MMA specialist, but no Candy Casey. Toss the outside for effort, so Queen regains control here in the war zone. Yanking out Candy Casey. Jada COBRA, Bad Betty Love, and JC Platinum don't want to be embarrassed. Accompanying Queen Crystal here tonight in hopes of seeing Candy Casey defeated and embarrassed. What would happen if Casey overcame the Queen here? Queen Crystal using the distraction, taking out the leg, and going for the figure four, but Casey Douglas reversing the figure four leg lock. Queen Crystal favoring the leg as Candy Casey with a series of knockdowns. Forearms into the face, forearm into the corner, running bulldog connects. Can Candy Casey Douglas fight the power here tonight and get a victory over Queen Crystal? Now, gonna humiliate the Queen. Rubbing her ass right into the face, the referee blocking it. The Queen Crystal is gonna have to pay that referee for blocking the footage. As now she gets a sleeper drop. Candy Casey arguing with Jada COBRA as Queen Crystal angered after that stink face. Applied the sleeper drop. The Hawk family crest has brought Queen Crystal to another victory here tonight. Candy Casey Douglas certainly brought the fight with her here tonight. However, now, how will Bad Betty Love be forced to respond? After suffering a loss to Candy Casey Douglas, Queen Crystal just put Casey in her place. JC Platinum must certainly be pleased with the Queen that he purchased, as Crystal gets a victory over Candy Casey tonight. A demoralizing victory if there ever was one. As up next, we're going to crown a #1 contender for the IWF Intercontinental Championship, now held by the Nigerian prize fighter Zabion. Zabion has been a great champion, however, he hasn't been a defending champion. He'll be forced to put that title on the line when we go big in Japan against the winner of the next match after GS COBRA got a singles victory over Max Xavier. Frank GEIN has been on fire all year. Which one of these competitors can walk away the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship when the MMA specialist goes one-on-one with the Walking Chainsaw Massacre in the main event of the Warzone? Up next. our main event here in the war zone. As TS COBRA, the shoot fighting, the striking and submission specialist, takes on a fighter like no other in Frank GEIN, a massive and monstrous horror movie obsessed individual, Frank GEIN. Perhaps the nemesis of the Nigerian prize fighter Xavion. Frank GEIN once held the United States Championship, which Xavion obtained by defeating a monstrous walking chainsaw massacre. Frank GEIN never truly got his revenge. Tonight he looks to qualify for an opportunity at the coveted Intercontinental Championship held by Xavion. But TS COBRA stands between him and that title. Frank GEIN now looking to take out the competition as TS COBRA is bringing the fight to Frankie on the outside. He goes for a knee left, but TS COBRA shakes it off. COBRA now tossing Frank back in. Springboard forearm connects. Frank GEIN on the defensive. He's got a mounted offense here. TS COBRA with a fireman carry. Snake bite. Frank GEIN down. TS COBRA nearly gets the fall there. 2 count here in our main event. 1-on-1 competition. TS COBRA and Frank GEIN hoping to qualify for a championship opportunity to face the Intercontinental Champion, the Nigerian prize fighter Xavion, when we go big in Japan. Both COBRA and GEIN have fought so hard to get here. They've never gotten any breaks in life. GEIN surprising everyone with that inside cradle. Now COBRA looks to apply his skill with a roll-up of his own. GEIN with a choke slam. GEIN so powerful, a difference maker. TS COBRA, a highly skilled individual. Perhaps meeting a brick wall in the form of the walking chainsaw massacre. Frank GEIN is no slouch in the wrestling department. Certainly knows his holds. Knows how to defend himself. GEIN has come so close to becoming World Heavyweight Champion on so many occasions, only to be denied. Now hoping to face off against Xavion. COBRA takes out the knee of GEIN. COBRA strike connects. Frank GEIN down. Is he out? Frank GEIN nearly put away by TS COBRA with his brains rattled. GEIN survives somehow as COBRA is relentless and pugnacious. Pounding away into the skull. Now up to the arm, TS COBRA. Gets caught by GEIN there. He meets the turnbuckle. COBRA misses the enziguri. Only get kicked in the face by GEIN. He's trying to break the knee. TS COBRA being punished on the mat now. Frank GEIN on the attack. Far more confident in the ring than one would think. Frank GEIN hooked up the goose, but TS COBRA is able to escape. Reversal after reversal. And Ends with a funk style pile driver. Cobra out at 1. Frankie pounding away at his opponent. TS Cobra. Now with a series of knockouts. Frankie whips him into the corner. Cobra escaping. Firing away with that roundhouse. Springboard forearm connects once again. GEIN is rocked. As Cobra kicks away at the face, busting open the walking chainsaw massacre as Frankie met his match here tonight. TS Cobra now tossed out. GEIN misses the knee. Cobra with a snapmare. Kicks the face off of Frankie. TS Cobra down from the pin. But GEIN is saved by the ropes. Cobra flicks a kick out the legs, but GEIN saw it coming. Frankie wise to the attack of TS Cobra now. Cobra going back to those short kicks. And rocks Frankie with a kick to the spine. TS Cobra, so highly trained, so skilled with the strikes off the ropes. Went for the Cobra strike, but Frankie averted disaster. Now GEIN with the throw, shoving the death spike into the throat of TS Cobra. Frankie nearly gets the win. TS Cobra able to kick out of the death spike somehow. GEIN now with the death choke, gonna crush the larynx of TS Cobra. Cobra gets pinned with the death choke. An unexpected victory. GEIN is the number 1 contender. He will go to the land of the rising sun to face the Nigerian prize fighter, Xavion, one-on-one for the IWF Intercontinental Championship. Can GEIN walk away the champion in Japan? The walking chainsaw massacre, GEIN is victorious here tonight over TS Cobra. The McGinnis Fight Club is swept as Gabriel and Cobra are both defeated in one night. GEIN qualifies for a championship match. When we go big in Japan, not only will the World Tag Team Championship be on the line, not only will the IWF Intercontinental Championship be on the line, but the World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Not only THAYNOS will face Ace Gold, as Frankie will face Xavion for the Intercontinental title, and GEIN, the Double Cross Riders, will face the HELLSPAWN with the World Tag Team Championship on the line in Japan. I'd like to invite you to join me for that, as I'd like to invite you to check out all my friends' channels at the DrHooksMalone's YouTube channel, where you can see all the past episodes of the IWF Super Lucha Libre and Ladies Night. If you have any suggestions, leave a post-show comment or contact me. Be sure to stay safe and positive. I love you all.